What is the single most undervalued and underappreciated yoga pose? Well, I would go far as to call this the best yoga pose as well, and I'll explain to you why. The answer, really simple, it is Vrksasana, your tree pose. And I'm not talking fancy tree or wobbly tree, a basic tree pose where you place your foot to the inner thigh with your heel in towards your groin. You try to kind of engage your muscles or think about your muscles as opposed to this. Engage and just bring your hands to Namaskar. And for many people, that is enough. I'm not forcing my hips out. I'm not opening my chest or my heart or anything like that. I'm just standing on one leg, and eventually you want to build up towards closing your eyes. Some days you can close your eyes for a second, some days 10 seconds, but that added stimulus to the brain is what makes this such an effective exercise. Think about this for a second. You know someone in your life who's a little bit older, and what they do when they move and walk is they carry their feet. They carry these lifeless creatures around. What that reflects, many things, but one of the things it reflects is the brain's lack of confidence in the information that the brain gets from the feet, the sensory information. And because it can't get enough sensory information from the feet, so the nerves in the feet send information up the legs, up the spinal cord to the brain for that stimulus to be processed. And then once processed, and this all happens hundreds and thousands of miles an hour, the brain then sends a motor response. So just remember M for movement. So if the brain isn't getting a positive stimulus, if it's not getting that sensory input, it can't then create a motor output. And so that's why this is so important. When you stand on one leg in a yoga pose, you are already testing and challenging and exercising the brain, because this organism, this very complicated organism, wants to fall over. But your brain now, because of the sensory information it's getting, is working overtime to engage with your muscles to make them contract so you can stay standing and not fall over. So the intricate muscles in your feet are sending messages up to your brain, and then your brain sends a motor response. It fires signals to all the muscles, the intricate muscles in your feet, your core, your glute medius to the side, your hips. You posture up and you can maintain that. Okay. Now your brain is also getting sensory information from your eyes. It knows where you are in space and time. When you close your eyes, the pose gets so much harder, as you know. Because the brain cannot rely on the eyes, it's relying even more so on your feet. So you're exercising that sensory motor loop even more so when you close your eyes. Standing poses are so important. I don't think they get the kind of credit they deserve. If you do them correctly, if you use your awareness of what you're doing, if you engage with your body, standing poses are just the be all end all, in my opinion, because they serve a more long-term purpose, meaning your ability to sit down in Janu Shirshasana, for example, is not going to be as helpful to you when you're 90 as standing up and doing tree pose. Tree pose has greater transferable value. When you're 90 and you are still a rolling stone, you are still rocking that nursing home, and you still have independent use of your feet, your core muscles are still active, your hip muscles can still support you as you walk. It's not because of the lying down and seated poses. It's because as you were leading up towards the age of 90, you were stimulating all the intricate muscles of your body that will switch off if they cannot send that sensory information to the brain. Does that all make sense? And that is why when I teach tree pose, it's nothing fancy. You do not need to complicate your life. I always tell people, stand on one leg, close your eyes, and that is enough. And if you can do that for 60 seconds, you can be confident that you are absolutely winning at life. So as a summary, don't treat Vrksasana, your tree pose, as anything more than an exercise for this sensory motor loop. That loop which brings sensory information in from your feet to your brain. Brain goes through a processing stage and sends a motor signal back. The more efficient that loop is, the more efficient we are as Homo sapiens, and the more efficient we're going to be in the last few years of our life, where we are still independent and we're not broken down and relying on care, which could happen anyway for a variety of reasons, but we are still giving our body the best chance possible. What's up, darling?
Can I download a card game because I haven't got any?
You want to download a car game?
Yeah, I haven't got any.
This guy.
I haven't got any.
Okay, go on.